for Embakasi East constituency. Today I want to comment about the hostile takeover of certain functions and the key functions of the county government of Nairobi, which were transferred from the county government to the national government. Yesterday we did see the signing and the transfer, which we describe as hostile, of certain key functions of the county government to the national government. This process was illegally done in the first place, and we are being informed that public participation is supposed to be done after the signing of this agreement. This is completely unconstitutional, unlawful, and I don't see the need why the national government should move in a hurry to take the functions and or kill the spirit of devolution within Nairobi County. The governor, in his wisdom or lack of the same, did agree to transfer his responsibilities, which were bestowed on him by Nairobians who woke up very early in the morning, Nairobians who trusted that their roads could be done by the governor and has since then not been done, Nairobians who trusted that drainage could be fixed by the governor and has since not been fixed, Nairobians who believed that there will be no rationing of water in Nairobi and there will be sufficient supply of clean water and affordable water to Nairobi residents. Nairobians believed that the Nairobi County would be clean. There would be no garbage within the city. They did believe that jobs would be provided to Nairobians. They did believe that health facilities would work and the medics, the staff, would be paid well. Nairobians also believed that they could have low cost of living as opposed to what we are experiencing currently. What did we see? Nairobians trusted the wrong person, gave power, gave responsibility to a person who was not qualified for the job. That is Governor Sakaja. He's become a disappointment. He's been singing of Nairobi working, and indeed the transfer of functions to the national government is a clear sign that the governor is a born incompetent governor, a governor who cannot deliver services to the citizens of Nairobi. So Nairobi is at a great loss, and we are mourning, deeply mourning, we are grieving the transfer of functions from the county government to the national government. We are mourning the fact that the government has disappointed Nairobians. When you go to Mama Lucy Hospital, you get a death trap in the name of a hospital. No drugs within the hospital. There's a lot of negligent activities occurring at Mama Lucy. Our mothers being treated disrespectfully. No respect at all. Our mothers are delivering on the floors. Doctors are not paid. Medics, nurses are not paid. Services are not run there. And it is a shame. The other day you saw at Mbagathi Hospital that a body has been detained for more than 2 months now. A family has spent all their earthly belongings, doing everything humanly possible to take care of medical bills, selling all they had, investing in medical services, fees. All the savings that they had been invested in the same, only for you to detain a body. There was a case that was decided by the then Justice Majanja, may his soul rest in peace, as he was then called. He did say that there is no property in a dead body, that a dead body has no economic value. And therefore, as a governor, you say, and you want Nairobi to work. Nairobians are mourning because of your incompetence. You've let us down, and the national government you are also very incompetent. So an incompetent body taking over another incompetent body in the name of delivering. What a shame. This is a race of two pygmies competing on who is taller than the other. What a shame. Nairobi itself has not received serious projects from the national government. Then the national government is coming in the name of delivering Nairobians from the bondage of incompetence, from the graveyard of corruption, from the cemetery of confusion. And clearly, this is a sham. Governor Sakaja has reduced himself because right now he's going to work under the county government, under the national government of Kenya, which means that all his roles have been waived. He has transferred all his responsibilities to the national government. So we condemn this act, and I know that there's nothing new that is going to happen. Transfer of a function like roads, transfer of functions like water, street lighting, and garbage collection. This is just going to be new corruption. First of all, the national government should explain to Nairobians where the on-source revenue is for Nairobi. The governor did transfer these functions the first few months he got into his office, because the governor only has a right to view only the servers, where the on-source revenue is collected. And I will come back here with the dossier where the on-source revenue is collected at Interior Office. I have all that. There was a recommendation that the governor ought to have been prosecuted. He's being protected by the higher powers. And Nairobi can run itself. Nairobi is not that incompetent. It is a shame that the governor says that he's a governor by birth, yet destroying the same very place that he was born in, leaving it a worse place than he found it. But there's hope for Nairobians. Those who came by bus like myself will make it a habitable, affordable place for those who came both by birth and by bus, to ensure that Nairobi runs and we leave it a better place for Nairobians. So in that spirit, I want to tell Nairobians never to entrust, never to put their trust in such a born incompetent person. This time round, Nairobi will not reason with dimples. Reasoning will be with brains. It will be brains versus dimples. It's upon you to choose what will salvage you from the shackles of unemployment within Nairobi and get a clean, better, motorable city. A city under the sun, as we are proud of it. Therefore, I will invite questions from members of the press.
Maybe a question, what would be your take with regards to the representation of the steering committee, whereby we have some cabinet secretaries, majority from the national government versus the ones from the county government? What would be your take on that?
First of all, Mr. Leto, that's a very intelligent question, because you clearly know the answer of what is going to happen, because 2/3 of these members of the committee are going to come from the coming from the national government. That means that 8 out of 12 of them are from the national government under the leadership of the Prime Cabinet Secretary. It means that the governor will be relegated into a secretary of this committee, not even a deputy governor. So I don't even know the role of a deputy governor, what he's going to perform in that committee, if he will be included. That clearly tells you that there's a hostile takeover because of that imbalance of the numbers. And it was probably done to incorporate some of a few members of the county government just to avoid shaming the governor. And this is a very sad thing because if the national government has already signed and the governor has signed, then one thing also comes which is very unconstitutional about the public participation. That they are saying they want to do it within a period of 14 days. We have 17 constituencies and 85 wards within Nairobi. Is it even practical? But going by the doctrine of legitimate expectation, the moment they sign it, then it means that they already know the outcome. There's already an expectation that it is going to be implemented, because the moment it is signed, now it should be implemented. So these are going to be just exercises in futility, PR exercise. Cabinet secretaries are in this. That tells you that there's a complete takeover. A complete takeover. When you have a company and you own 50% of the shares, you own 51% of the shares, and another person has 49, this company belongs to who? To the 51%, correct? And that is why we were fighting that Safaricom ought not to have been sold, should not be sold. Because we know that this Nairobi is going to run under the leadership of President Ruto. Now, the next question is, what intention do they have with Nairobi? What is it that they want to do in 1 year that was never done in 4 years? What is it? What is it that they want to do in 1 year? So it means that these are just corruption scandals that's going to come up. There's going to be pilferage of money. And clearly, the governor is already satisfied. The governor is one of the billionaires now in this city. It's quite unfortunate that he's a governor and he has created a billionaire in himself instead of creating several millionaires within Nairobi County. Yes. Ndio.
Kwanza, rais anasisitiza kwa sasa, anazungumza ile alipo, anasema kwamba hawajachukua kaunti ya Nairobi, kwamba wameshirikiana tu katika kufanikisha majukumu ya kaunti ya Nairobi. Hili maoni yako yetu kuhusiana na hilo. Pili, kuna hili swala la uwajibikaji. Iwapo serikali ya kitaifa inatoa shilingi bilioni 80 kwa serikali kwa kaunti ya Nairobi, je, vipi uwajibikaji utafanyika? Utafanywa na bunge la kitaifa ama seneti ama kaunti?
It becomes a problem if I... Yes.
Unahisi kwamba Gavana Sakaja amefeli katika kutia saini mkataba huu, na inadhihirika kwamba amefelisha wakazi wa kaunti ya Nairobi?
Jambo la kwanza, in the spirit of devolution, tunaambiwa ya kwamba hii mambo ya devolution rais mwenyewe anaiua, kwa sababu Nairobi as a capital city that controls a very large percentage of our economy. The president is now assuming the roles of a governor. So we have a president of the Republic of Kenya in Ruto. Then we have a governor of Nairobi, now is President Ruto, not Sakaja. That clearly tells you that the spirit of devolution has been destroyed. So therefore the next question is, nani anafaa keep checks and balances in terms of even auditing ya county? Because now it is partly the function inafaa iwe ya Senate, but now kuna national government that comes in. So which committees should they be subjected to within Parliament? That is the National Assembly and the Senate. So there's a lot of confusion, and that is why I'm telling you, in a scandal where these people wanataka wakule pesa za wana Nairobi, kwa sababu hawataki hata wawe audited. There's no auditing. Jambo nyingine, president anasema ya kwamba, anasema hajachukua Nairobi. The moment aliita governor, wakakubaliana na wakaforma committee. Hii ni a new NMS. So kusema anataka kuweka 80 billion is neither here nor there. Kwa sababu the county government of Nairobi in itself iko na debt ya close to around approximately 121 billion Kenya shillings ya pending bills. These pending bills, you remember we were told that national government was supposed to pay it. because NMS are the ones who did this. But they did it on behalf of the county, which means that the county also ought to have come in, because these were functions of the county government. So this clearly tells you that if 121 billion cannot be paid, are they going to avail the 80 billion to do this job? And up to now, the last 4 years, 80 billion was not availed for Nairobians to do something. Are they going to work on it? Let me tell you, problem like water challenge, the national government, together with the county government, needs a total of only 100 billion Kenya shillings. And every Nairobian will receive water on a daily basis from, means that if a governor is competent enough, should be collecting 67 billion. Then with an additional of approximately over 20 billion from the national government, that's 87 billion Kenya shillings. But what do we always declare? We have a budget of 43 billion Kenya shillings annually. The governor has never reached even a collection. We've never implemented this budget fully, because every time the government is boasting of having collected 12 billion, that is what he declares. Meanwhile, he has only a right of viewing only. So it means that the fact that he agreed that he should be viewing means that there's money that he gets from the back door. Okay? So this Nairobi is a graveyard of corruption. All these things which are being introduced is just about corruption. We've been told these things severally. We've been told that jobs will be given to the youth. We've been told that a mama mboga will graduate from selling a mboga to owning a supermarket. We've been told that a boda boda rider will graduate from having a boda boda to having matatus. We've never seen these things happening. Now you are being told again that 80 billion will be availed for Nairobians. Meanwhile, in only one financial year, Nairobi should be run on 87 billion Kenya shillings. So that is even an understatement, which means that they are collecting so much money that they are not declaring. The other day, the Auditor General was complaining. Audit report was showing that the county government of Nairobi, they, through the controller of budget, approved funding to the county government of Nairobi, and these funds disappeared. Actually, they're even using private companies to siphon these monies. 150 million disappeared. I hope you saw that. It was everywhere. So what does that tell you about the state of our county? So what was your last question? Okay.
Yeah, one question then.
Yes.
You've expressed your dissatisfaction with both the national and the county government in terms of governance.
Yes.
What would be the solution for the remaining 1 year for the election? What do you prescribe?
What I can easily tell you is that Nairobi, as at now, is not functional. What couldn't be done in 4 years cannot be done in 1 year. There's a reason why we are elected in office for 5 years, so that you prorate and you use your budget. Nairobi is run on a budget, and there's an on-source revenue together with the national government revenue that we receive. And if we've never implemented this budget to its full, then there's nothing to expect. There's no miracle to expect. The only thing that we want is that Nairobians should change the leadership of Nairobi, so that when we come in, we deliver these services. As a member of National Assembly, you've seen my great work at Embakasi's constituency. We were ranked as the best member of parliament in Kenya, beating all even the government members of parliament with all those resources. It means that if little could be given to us, then we can manage even more. If we could manage little, we can manage more. And we just want an opportunity where we can help majority of Nairobians get services. We want to create an enabling environment for even Nairobians to do business. This idea of making these licenses too expensive, exorbitant, for no reason. You are even getting little revenue. When you go by the demand and supply curve, you will get little revenue, because when you put the values to be so high for licenses, then it means the demand will be low. People will be starting their own businesses without even taking licenses. But when the prices are low, the demand will be so high. So Nairobi needs brains, not dimples. Yes, Mudoka. Okay.
Are you aware of any discussions to challenge this court
of course, there should be no illegality in running a government, a county government, a national government. This is an illegality. An illegality has been committed. So definitely I would support any petition that is taken before any competent court of law so that Nairobians can be given what rightfully belongs to them. Nairobi has money because governor has been collecting money. Where is this money going to? He's only celebrating that I've served now 60 million plates. Honestly. Do we want to, what is happening with this Nairobi? Eh? As we feed the stomach, we need to feed the brains, because we need to feed the governor's brains, because he's confused. So we are not fighting the school feeding program, but we will do it in a better way, where no parent will even give 5 shillings, because that 5 shillings in a year for the total parents, kids in the school amounts to approximately 200 million per year. Where does that money go to? The French money. French government, money from the French government. Where does it go to? Over 150 million Kenya shillings. The 4 billion that was set aside for it. So we look at what is happening, honestly. Leto, with 4 billion, how many jobs can you create in Nairobi? To be honest.
But sure, we agree there are challenges in Nairobi, very unique challenges. And one would want to know what would have been the solution, not the operation between national government and the county government. Is it impeachment? Is it designation? Or what ought to have been done?
First of all, there are no unique challenges in Nairobi. That is just a creation from a culture that we come from, that Nairobi has unique. Nairobi has no unique challenges. When a road is a unique challenge, preparing a road, building a road, is it a unique, Liz? So you can just say, I'm a governor, you wake up, you dream, you say that this road is bad, make this road. Is that unique? You say that garbage iko pale, ukienda pale city market, there's garbage everywhere. You say, garbage, I want it to be clean. Is that a unique challenge? Sweeping and collecting garbage. Is it a unique challenge, Leto? Yani you say, I want to create jobs for Nairobians. Is it unique? To be honest. He is the greatest cartel, because this is the man who has stolen money meant for Nairobians. And you know, you've seen all this. The DCI at one particular point had recommended that this person was supposed to be arrested. Actually, the file is with the DPP. I don't know why the DPP is sitting on this file. Let me tell you, my brother. Nairobi, the problem is the governor. Me as Babu Owino, if I want to finish even 100 cartels at a go, I've been elected as a governor. You have the people, you have the instruments of power, and then you have the will, the passion, and the energy to change lives of Nairobians. If I give you a job as a cartel, nikakwambia collect takataka, legally done, and you don't do it, you want money to be paid hewa, sintakuhamisha Nairobi. I will just come to your house and tell you, do our work as Nairobians, ama uhame Nairobi. Bwana, the moment you have the instruments of power and you have the people, who is the kana cartel shtua you? Bwana cartel atarudi ataishi huko kwa mstuni. This is just jokes, because these cartels are the ones who are funding the governor. The moment you are funded by these cartels, when he got into office, these cartels gave him around 3 Range Rovers. You already have Range Rovers, you are now excited, you are smiling like Kibaki on a 40 bob coin. So, guys, bwana, let us not joke around, bwana. Nairobi needs serious leadership. Serious leadership. You are given Range Rover. How will you deal with these cartels? You are the one who's eating money. You are the bigger cartel. Bwana, these cartels, I can finish them in 1 week. 1 week and there will be no cartel in Nairobi. This work does not need jokes. It needs serious people.
Away from Nairobi, I know there are demonstrations or rather protests by our opposition, united opposition on Friday because of IG culture. Are you going to be part of that team? And what do you think ought to be done on what is happening to Kenyans who attend to your rallies?
It's very important to learn from history and note that even the current president of the Republic of Kenya, at one particular point, he was in opposition. And by the time that they were being tear gassed and lives were lost, clearly he should learn something from it, because he should not serve us with the same medicine. And I'm so disappointed with the governments of the day, the regimes that are coming in, because we have rights that needs to be protected. We've come from very far. Right to picket, enshrined in the Constitution. A right to speak. Freedom of speech is the oxygen of democracy, Liz. So, by the end of the day, why do you want to tear gas your opponents? It is only fear that can make you tear gas them. Otherwise, if you are confident that you are going to win, then why don't you let your opponents also do their stuff? Why do you tear gas people in a church? Why do you kill? We went to Kajiado, Kitengela, a very peaceful rally, then police starts rioting just next to us. Starts throwing tear gas everywhere. Is that not rioting? And then killing a person, an innocent Kenyan, whose only mistake was to come and listen to the solutions that we were giving, whose only mistake is to protest against high cost of living, whose only mistake is to protest against unemployment, whose only mistake is that he doesn't have money to pay fees for his kids, to pay rent and to buy food. And then that person, you send him to his grave. Honestly, what are we trying to do? Kanja should resign. Actually, kazi yake imeisha. Atoke kwa ofisi very fast. This is a man who should leave office. You know, wanasemanga, oh, why are you saying this? Are you not scared of what? Kanja should leave. See, time make him expire. He's in office now illegally, right? He should leave immediately. So I support this demonstration. Na huwa nasema, hii nchi yetu. Liz, nini litoa wazungu hapa Kenya? Maandamano. Si ni kweli? Nini lileta multipartyism? Watu wa media tuongee, mnajua hizi vitu mko na records. Nini ilileta multipartyism? Nini imeweka Mbadi kwa ofisi? Sasa hata Ruto mwenyewe alienda maandamano. Si ni kweli? So mambo yangu naenda kupanga. Of course mimi ni king of maandamano, my brother. Hakuna maandamano yote nimewahi fanyika hii Nairobi yenye sijawahi organize. So which means I'm always at the forefront. Sindio? I'm always the organizer.
Which party are you likely to run on now that
I think that is tomorrow's problem. We will solve it tomorrow. Today's problem is talk about Nairobi County and maandamano. Yeah.
Kuna kitu jana gavana kwenye YouTube yake alimention akasema kwamba the last time such a document was signed and you know whom he was referring to.
Yeah, there's a very important question here.
Yes. So in his speech he said the last time such a document was signed, of course you know alikuwa na refer kwa nani. Lakini yeye jana anasema walikunywa chai wakazungumza wakajadiliana. Unafikiri labda alikuwa chini ya himaya ya ushauri wa mtu fulani ambayo hakuwa na option? Njia pekee ilikuwa ni wakubaliane waeke huo mkataba.
You know, for the county government to notice an incompetent national government to notice that the governor of Nairobi is incompetent, it means that indeed the county government is incompetent, right? So the idea of signing is coming as a result of trying to help Sakaja from these challenges, because he's already incompetent. He can't deliver. A person who signs, it doesn't matter where you sign it, on a tree, under the bed, in your own house, and you present it to State House, or hiding, you've signed it, meaning that you've already said that this work is too heavy, I can't manage it, and therefore help me manage. Ona wamepatia hata prime cabinet. Look at people the way they are incompetent. Ati ndio sasa watakuwa governors wa Nairobi. Honestly, we are joking, my brother. I think we are joking. Nairobians, Kenyans, please, as you are going to elect your leaders, look at these leaders well. Don't just elect leaders because time has come for you to eat. elect leaders who are going to work for you. Get to know how did these leaders perform from before. You will know. And based on that, do not bring back leaders who are not competent because you are joking around with your own future. Tumemaliza? Asanteni sana.